Hey guys, Q here for TheButtonSmashers.com, and this is our review for Little Dragons Cafe. Now guys, I've tried to hold off on doing this review until I was really certain that this was the intended version of the game that the developers wanted to get out. And the reason for that is because there is a huge flaw in the game that I actually thought was something that the developers were planning to patch out, but apparently not. Apparently this is the current state of the game and what they intended it to be. So without further ado, let's just jump into this. Little Dragon Cafe is a game that I want to love so much. It's charming, cute, simple fun. It's also majorly flawed. The game has a bug that tarnishes the entire experience. A bug that seems like it can be and should be patched up by the developers. Unfortunately, as of writing this review, there is no patch. None whatsoever. So what is this bug that breaks the experience? It's related to the game's frame rate and animations. The game stutters when moving the camera or moving the character from side to side. Visually, this seems like a stylistic attempt to portray the game as a drawing in motion, kind of like a stop motion movie, but the way that it's executed is so poor that it just does not seem right. More so than anything, it's disorienting and annoying. It almost feels like a game in early beta than a stylistic choice. This and some input lag are the only two major issues that I had with the game. It's still very playable, but that will depend on how much you are interested in the plot. In Little Dragon Cafe, you're given the choice of playing as either a boy or a girl at the beginning of the game. The pair are twins who happen to live with their mom in a small cafe near the side of a cliff. One day the twins find their mom in bed, unable to wake her. Soon after that, a wizard appears and explains that their mom is half dragon and her half dragon, half human blood has fallen out of sync. It is then up to the twins to save her by raising a baby dragon and running their cafe. I know, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it is what it is. The whole thing is a bit convoluted, but where this game's story shines is with its seemingly minor storylines. During each chapter of the plot, new NPCs visit the cafe with their own problems. The player is required to solve these problems by cooking certain recipes and thus advance the plot. Even though the plot seems to hold feeding the dragon as a major part of the progression, it's not really. The game's story is linear, so don't worry much about feeding it. The focus is really about meeting milestones and raising the status of your cafe and making certain recipes. Recipes are acquired by collecting 4 recipe fragments, usually scattered around the map. These fragments can then be refined by the wizard for use in the cafe. Recipes then require ingredients to make the foods that they are associated with. These ingredients are also scattered across the map and can be acquired via fishing, shaking trees and weird plants, or by defeating monsters. Once an ingredient has been acquired at least once, it is possible to gain it again via your farm. The farm grows whatever you need and can be enhanced by using dragon manure to provide higher quality of ingredients. Now the thing about the farm is that it's automatic. You don't really have to do anything to it, it just grows stuff. So it's not really like Harvest Moon, it just kind of has elements that are similar to that game. This farming system can be exploited very easily to avoid returning to previously visited places. But part of the fun of this game is the exploring. So if you avoid that, then the game is significantly worse. When you begin the game, you are limited to the area near your cafe. As your dragon grows, you gain access to more locations. There are some invisible checkpoints which I did not appreciate, but they're not frequent enough to warrant much of an afterthought. The majority of the checkpoints are reliant on the dragon. As it grows larger, it's able to smash obstacles and then further along, fly. This all happens incrementally, thus giving the adventure a nice pacing. If you can see it, chances are you'll be able to reach it when your dragon has grown larger. The dragon has a stamina meter for performing actions, and feeding or petting it refills that meter. When not adventuring, you can help out at your cafe, but for the most part, your staff will handle most of the stuff fine without you. Sometimes they do slack off a bit, but it's nothing a little talking to them can't fix. You can also change the menus based on the customer preferences, as well as interact with patrons in the cafe to get ingredients and recipe fragments. But then again, this is also very minor, and I don't feel that it did add a lot to the game. Visually, this is an adorable looking game. Similar to the likes of Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons, it uses a chibi style to great effect. The style is further enhanced via the hand-drawn texture over every inch of the game. This style is both cute and beautiful at the same time. The game also benefits from a beautiful score and equally accompanying audio effects, the best of which being the jingles which play during the cooking minigame. Each is different depending on the recipe, and they all have a fitting wonderful song to them. So with all that I've had to say so far about this game, here's my final verdict. This game will appeal to fans of Story of Seasons and Yonder more so than any. It's charming, cute, and if not for its bugs, I probably would have considered it one of my favorite games of the year thus far. Unfortunately, I can't recommend this game in its current state due to the frame rate and visual issues that plague this otherwise charming experience. I know many of you will still get it despite that fact, but I ethically cannot recommend picking up this game because I don't think it performs as well as it could. Stuttering and poor frame rate should not be happening on the Nintendo Switch. With games like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana running smoothly on the platform, there's no excuse why this game shouldn't. If it is a stylistic decision by the developers, then it should be optional. If not, it's a bug and it should be fixed as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching our review of Little Dragon Cafe. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to leave us a like and a comment in the comment section below, and if you'd like to see more content like this from us, make sure to like and hit the subscribe button so you'll always know when we put out new content.